What's up, guys? Welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to talk to you about the morning process that changed my life and the importance of this morning process and why you should do it, okay? And basically how to jump to a higher level of vibration, a level of vibration that will allow you to see the way, that will allow you to see how you can get to your goals, okay? This is very important, guys. This is not just theory. This is something I practiced, and it gave me results in my life, okay? So this is how it goes. Today, some student of mine was asking me a question. As he's about to make a big move, and he's dealing with some private life issues, okay? And also he's building his business. He's reconstructing his marriage as well. And he asked me, basically the question was, there is a lot of things ahead of me. I'm about to face a mountain, and I feel not energized. I feel that my subconscious programming is still stronger than me. I'm about to, he basically said, I don't remember exactly, but he basically said, I'm like, I feel like I'm not doing it. I feel like I'm not overcoming this. Okay, this was the message more or less, and he used few words like, I remember the mountains. I'm facing a mountain and stuff like that. He was using few negative terms. And he asked me, what should I do? What do I need to focus on? And obviously this student of mine, I worked with him and I taught him what to do. However, what happens to all of us, we forget. We forget. What do we forget? We forget that we have the tools, we have the means within us. If we follow the laws that God has put in this universe, we forget that there is laws that God has put in this universe that if we follow them, we're going to reach our goal. We completely forget. We forget that we have within us everything we need. We're connected to the source. We're connected. You get energy. You release energy. You don't get energy. You release energy. And your thought is the triggering mechanism. So when my student was talking about mountain, I don't think I could do it. I feel like I'm losing it or something like that. I told them, be careful, because you're literally shooting yourself in the foot. The terminology that you are using is showing what kind of thoughts do you have. You're thinking something, then you pronounce it in your words. You don't talk about stuff that you don't think, right? I think everybody agrees on this. So you understand that your thoughts are the triggering mechanism to the energy that you're gonna deal with during the day, that you're gonna have during the day. And your thoughts will dictate ultimately your frequency. And your frequency will dictate what do you attract to yourself. It will also dictate what do you see, your perception. It's one of your higher mental faculties. Your perception, the way you see things. I could be seeing something from a positive perspective. You could be seeing the same thing from the back, from a negative perspective, okay? And we would have a totally different experience, even we're in the same place or dealing with the same person or a situation. This is perception. So your thoughts will dictate your frequency will dictate your perception, then it will dictate what you attract, and obviously your action, the type of action you take. If you have faith, the type of action you're gonna take if you have faith is very different from the type of action you're gonna take if you have zero faith or very little faith. So you have to be very careful what you say to yourself. And the idea is that I want to share with you today is that we need to remember. The only thing that we need to do is we need to remember. Once we understand the lessons, we need to make sure that we remember every day what has to be done in order to stay in that positive state of mind, in that positive frame that will allow us to reach our goal, whether it's financial, whether it's fixing your business, whether it's aligning your business with your purpose, whether it's fixing your relationship, fixing your physique, body, getting in shape, whatever it is. Whether it's getting rid of your fears, getting a better self-confidence, dominating self, dominating your negative impulses, okay? This is some of the few things or goals that every man is looking for, right? And I told him, and I reminded him of the process, which I'm going to share with you in this video. However, I want to tell you that I've been the worst. I'm coming from a third world country, from a poor family, and I grew up with a poor mentality. I used to be afraid when it comes to money. How am I going to make money? Money. What am I? How will get? I used to be afraid if I had a discussion or in the jobs I've been working, if something happened in the job with the boss, and I'd be afraid. I'd be, oh my God, they're gonna fire me. What am I gonna do? Imagine this was my state of mind. I used to get scared about losing a job, a freaking job. Somebody who's scared to lose a job because I don't know whatever happened in his job. You think he's gonna be able to open a business and deal with the uncertainty of having a business? Like when you have a business, like you don't like, there's a lot of uncertainty. Nobody's guaranteeing a check at the end of the month, So that was me. Today I have my own business, Today I'm completely different, So I changed that about me. It took me time. For you, it may be you need to change your physique, and that's the point that you can't overcome. And it's because you haven't changed your personality, your vibration, your subconscious programming around this area. I know people that come here to Marbella and go to some fancy clinics and pay thousands of dollars, $10,000, $20K, $30K to get into a certain, I don't know what you call it, process of fat loss, and they don't get the result. Like they go to some clinic that gives them soup, some boiled, some BS, some herbs and stuff like that they need to drink, and this is supposed to, but the people don't carry on. First of all, they don't like the shitty soups. And then they don't carry on with whatever process that clinic is suggesting, because they have neglected the most important component in all this. The internal action has to be taken. Okay? Some people make a dangerous surgery to make their stomach shrink, so they stop eating a lot. I've heard that it has some bad secondary effects on the people. So this is people that are ready to spend big money. Nevertheless, they don't get the result. The testosterone levels lower down because of all these treatments, and they become vulnerable to other diseases. Guys, you need to understand that a person has to work on his mindset, has to work on his personality. You have to change. Okay? You have to change who you are before you get the result. Okay? Now, I did that for myself. I worked on myself. I had different mentors. I read so many books. I tried so many things. I worked relentlessly during years to get rid of this subconscious conditioning that was rooted in me and in my family, probably for generations. Okay? So I'm going to share with you today a morning process that will help you remember your power, and will help you get into a higher frequency, a frequency that will allow you to see the way and endure during your journey towards a goal. So it goes like this. First thing first, you need to wake up early. Okay? You're about to make a transition. You're about to make a change, a big change in who you are. You need to go to monk mode. Forget about it. Forget about comfort right now. Like, you have to wake up early. 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, between 5 and 6, you have to wake up before sunrise and start doing what I'm going to tell you right now. First, pray. If you believe in God, pray to God, ask God for guidance and support. If you don't believe, pray anyways. Pray for the source. Pray for the source of everything. Ask for wisdom, ask for guidance, okay? Don't be arrogant. 2, after you pray, take a shower, whatever, exercise. I need you to go into an exercise. If the gym is closed at that time, go into a 20-minute burpees exercise. Just do burpees, sets of 20, 15, and then repeat that for 15, 20 minutes. Do 100 burpees, 100 to 200 burpees if you can. Sweat. That will help you elevate your vibration. Trust me, you don't need to understand everything. Just try it for 6 months and let me know. Try it for 3 months and let me know. Okay? Even 1 month, you're going to feel the difference. So we said exercise, burpees. Then take a shower, take a coffee, tea, whatever. And I need you to start meditating. Okay? I need you to meditate. How do you meditate? I need you to sit down in a comfortable chair, maybe something like this, and just focus on one thing. Focus on one thing. Focus on your breath, for example. Or focus on any item that you have next to you. And just focus on that thing. Your mind will wander around. Bring it back. When your mind starts wandering around, bring it back. Meditation is the act of bringing your mind back to focus. That's literally meditating. That's the exercise. It's like the repetitions you do in the gym. Bring yourself back to that thing that you're focusing on. And do that again and again. It's going to be hard. And if it's very hard for you, that's a signal, that's a clear evidence that you have close to zero control over your mind. You don't control your mind. That is why you can't make your mind do what you want it to do. Do you get it? So we need to work on that. So take your time, meditate, like bring your focus back to that thing that you're looking at, that you're focusing on, or maybe on your breath. Okay, after you do that for a while, then empty your mind for another period of time, maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Empty your mind. Focus on nothing. Close your eyes and just stare at the blank. Stay in the dark. Nothing. If you can manage to, after many trials, after maybe exercise for a few days, few weeks, if you manage to stay in that state where nothing is coming to your head, you're gonna feel that you're resting in that state. You're literally gonna have the same feeling of somebody who's like just laying down, resting, and there is nothing bothering you from the outside. It's gonna allow you to recharge. After you do that for a while, I want you to start imagining, use your mental faculty, another mental faculty, which is imagination, and start imagining how would it feel like if you were already in possession of that goal that you're shooting for. If you were already that version of yourself that you have created. Imagine yourself already as that version that you have created, living that life, talking with the people you would be talking to, dressed the way you want to be dressed, driving the car that you want to drive, feeling the way that you're going to feel, living in the neighborhood you're going to live, practicing what you're going to practice. Live in that state for a while. Give yourself permission to dream. Give yourself permission to see yourself in that shredded body, that strong, physical, masculine body. Give yourself permission to feel like that confident man that is not afraid of any confrontation, that is masculine, that is confident, that is, attractive. Feel that. Go there. Stay there mentally for 10, 15 minutes. It's going to take you 20 minutes, all this meditation. Okay, that's why you need to wake up early. Then remember that feeling. And I need you to stay on that feeling for the whole day, if you can. It's going to be hard, but I need you to basically to stay on that feeling for the majority of the time. So don't get into traffic and start shouting at people. Don't get triggered by the nobodies that are trying to take your energy away from you. Don't get triggered by your employees that are making mistake after mistake, even when you explain to them, just do this, don't do that, they still manage to do the thing that you said they shouldn't be doing. Like, don't get triggered. Don't allow that to trigger you, to make you lose your edge. Because you're dealing with universal laws. I need you to stay in that vibration so you will start attracting and seeing things that you need to be doing in order to reach the goal. Forget anything else. Forget the distractions. Okay? So we said the meditation. After that meditation, I need you to sit down and read. Read. Read something positive. Read personal development. Read about mindset. Read anything that inspires you. Maybe read a biography story of somebody that has achieved something you're trying to achieve. You know, reading expands your mind. And then once you read, maybe you have 10 minutes to read. Maybe I have, today I stay home and I read for 1 hour. I study for 1 hour. Maybe it's a video that I study. Maybe it's a book. And I write down what I've learned, okay? I have a notebook where I write down everything that I've learned. And I want you to do that because when you write, you activate brain cells and you remember better the lessons that you've learned. Okay, that's why in the end of my videos, I always say, if you understood something, write down in the comments what you've understood. If you have an additional idea, comment that you wanna bring to the discussion, to this video, write it down. I need you to engage with your mind, with your writing. I need you to engage with these ideas that we're treating here, because it will make you remember them better. It will make them last in your memory. Okay, I have a notebook for my personal development that I keep with me, where I write my stuff, and I have another notebook. This is for business. This is some of the important lessons I've learned when it comes to business, when it comes to sales, marketing, personal branding, whatnot, and I keep a journal. You know, I keep a journal. It's not enough to read something one time and just, oh, well, I understood it. No, you need to write down. But I write it down like if you were going to explain to somebody that didn't see the video, okay? Or haven't read the book. And I have another notebook that I write down, the ideas that I've learned when it comes to personal development, when it comes to mind, okay? So when you finish this step, go do your job, go do your life, go do your work, and stay in that vibration. This process, this morning process, will ensure that you jump to a positive state before you start your day. You don't want to be like the guy that wakes up and says, I hope today is going to be a nice day. Forget about it, bro. Don't hope. Make sure you're in the right vibration before you go out to the world, before you confront everything else, okay? And during the day, when you feel that your energy is going low, you should have another workout. If you did burpees in the morning, go have a workout in the gym. Build a great physique. Understand your macros, eat well, don't avoid sugars, avoid processed food, eat whole food, you know, and build a physique. Build a good physique, okay? Because your emotional state and that vibration that we're talking about, it's also affected by your hormonal state and the state of your body. If your body is inflamed because of the food you're eating, it's going to be very hard for you to, it's going to be harder for you to be in a positive state because your body literally is aching from inside. I know this because when my body is inflamed because I've been sparring or I've been training and I have pain in different areas of my body, I feel like I'm in a bad mood. I need to work at getting out of that mood because just my body is inflamed. Same thing, maybe you went somewhere and you notice that the place you've been, after you came out, your energy, you started getting annoyed. Your energy went low. Well, don't go to that place again because there is some negative vibration there, okay? You need to be aware of these things. Because these things, your state of being dictates what impulses you have in the moment. Like you don't go and pick up the Cheetos back just because of I don't know what. It's because there is an impulse. There is an impulse coming from within you. Oh, pick up the Cheetos back. Go get that dopamine, that cheap dopamine. We need to minimize those impulses. Those impulses will be minimized when you're in a higher state of being. Okay? So this is what I want you to do every morning to ensure that you're at that high state okay? And I want you to live from there during the whole day and execute and work and walk and talk as that person, okay? And go get another exercise during the day and work. Give it your best. Whether you're building your business, give it your best. You're building your physique, give it your best. Stay focused. Don't get distracted. Don't let people annoy you. Don't let people come and move you out of your lane, okay? This is, if you apply this, you will be, I can guarantee you 100% that it will change you. Try it for 1 month. Don't question it, just try it. And you will see that I'm not lying to you. I'm literally giving you the secret. I'm literally giving you what helped me change my mindset, become the person that I'm proud to be today. Okay? Fit, strong, courageous, working on purpose, my own business, beautiful relationship, living in Marbella, you know, doing what I want to do with my life, happy, at ease, at peace. You know what I mean? My life is improving every year. My income is improving. So I know what I'm talking about. Execute and let me know. Okay? Execute and let me know. Yeah. So if you understood something, or if you have an additional comment, leave it in the comments. Leave in the comments, what did you understand from this video? What's the takeaway? What impacted you the most? Don't be lazy. When I say comment, it's because I need your mind to function. It's not because I need you to comment so my video will go viral or something like that. I could care less, bro. I'm here to help. Follow me on IG. I share daily wisdom in my stories every day. If you know that somebody might benefit from this video, send it to him. You have my link, my WhatsApp link, if you're interested in my coaching, if you're interested in creating that version of yourself that is strong, in creating that mental software that will allow you to reach that goal you're shooting for, that physical goal you're shooting for, that personality, that private life goal that you're shooting for. Talk to me. Let's see if you're qualified, and I'll see if I can help you or not, okay? All right, guys, until the next video, stay safe, stay solid, and take care of your mornings, okay? See you later.